Okay, guys, ready to go. LSU is a terrific offensive team. They're 6th in the country in offensive efficiency. They're 3rd in the league in scoring, 2nd in free throw percentage. Cam Thomas is the 4th leading scorer in the country, 1st in the SEC. They've got 4 monster offensive players in Smart, Thomas, Watford, and Days. Those 4 guys are as good as anybody in the country together offensively. Will Wade is a brilliant offensive strategist, and those guys get really good looks. They don't turn the ball over. They play at a nice tempo, at a nice pace, and they get shots off. They rebound it really well at home, and they've been really good at home. I think the only game they lost was to Alabama and Texas Tech, where they had a lead late before Days got hurt. Games against them have been close. We've managed to win a couple of them, and we lost a really close game down the year. We went to the Final Four. They defensively, they're a little unique. They run a switching man-to-man defense, something that we haven't seen all year. Something that we're actually going to see a lot of in the next couple of games. Both LSU and Florida will switch a lot, and it'll be a different challenge from that sense for our basketball team offensively.
All right, we'll open up for questions. We'll go ahead and start with Jordan Hill.
Bruce, what has this week been like for you and the guys, going from preparing for Mississippi State and then that game being moving and then having to switch over and start preparing for LSU?
Well, we if we had known we had a sort of a bye week, I think we would have approached it a little differently. We would not have practiced on Sunday and then taken Monday off, which sort of was that was really weird. So we spent Saturday and Sunday and Monday preparing for Mississippi State, and then kind of find out that we're going to be playing LSU, and then we got to get the team ready for LSU. So then we got to quickly get the staff together and begin to start to drill down a little bit on Mississippi, on LSU, two really different teams. But we got a chance to work on us a little bit this week, which was good. Kids got a chance to get caught up a little bit academically, I think, which was good. And now these last 5 games, 4 of which are scheduled. We still don't have the Mississippi State date yet on March 6th. If Ole Miss and Mississippi State play this weekend, I think that game's scheduled, and I would think that we're probably going to get Mississippi State on the 6th, but we don't know for sure. Anyways, these last 5 will come fast and furious. 4 games against NCAA tournament teams. So the thing I've been talking to our guys about is, all right, our team right now does not have the math. We're probably, as far as teams going to the tournament right now, I think we're like 7th in the net in the league. And so we would be out of the tournament right now if the tournament was being played. Based on the math, we're not good enough. What are we going to do this week with 4 games against teams that are good enough? Could we get ourselves to the point where the math would have been good enough for us to go had we been eligible or made ourselves eligible? That'll be a tall one. I mean, that's going to be tough, starting, at LSU. But it's certainly a goal worthy of competing for.
What of Bill Cameron?
Well, you and Jordan sort of answered part of the question I wanted to ask, but with the possibility of getting the 5th game there on March 6th, just to talk about how important it is for you to be able to play that 5th game and then improve on how close you are with all 5 conference losses since Sharif's joined by 5 points or less.
Yeah, I mean, I think look, every game we can get, we want to get, and yet, we'll just see whatever the conference decides. We'll understand and be supportive of. Let's take advantage of the teams that we know we have on the schedule right now. The edge, again, I keep going back to halftime at Arkansas. I thought we played really well against Arkansas, at Arkansas. And Arkansas right now looks like one of the top 2 or 3 teams in our league. and we had a big lead in the first half, and we led by 10 or 12 at halftime. And, you know, Coach Musselman's ability to go in that halftime locker room and say, look, y'all want to go to the tournament? We better come back and win this game. And we got to take, and we just don't have that urgency. We got to play like we do. We got to find a way. We also we don't have any seniors. Like for senior night, how about this? Whatever night senior night's going to be, we don't have one. But not only do we not have a senior, we don't have a senior manager. We have nobody. It's no seniors. So, you know, I think that, you know, I'll never forget Dane Bradshaw. His senior year was my second year at Tennessee. We had a really young team, but for Dane. Dane was my only senior. And I remember at one point in about the middle of the SEC season, when we were young, but, you know, had some good games, had some bad games, Dane was able to talk to the team and go, look, I know you guys are young, got many years ahead of you, but this is it for me. This is it. This is going to be the last year I'm going to remember. And I'm going to ask you guys all to play like seniors for me. And that young group did. I told my players that story. Now, whether or not that resonates or not to them, we'll have to see. You got to play every game like it could be your last.
Go to Mark Murphy.
Yeah, Bruce, looking at all the teams you played this year, is LSU going to be one of the more difficult teams to guard because they got so many different types of scores?
Yeah, I mean, I think there'll be a handful of guard. I mean, you can get a hand up on Cam Thomas, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it just don't matter. You know, Cam visited Auburn, and he visited LSU, and I don't know if he had a third visit anywhere, but we were right there, and I loved him. I offered him early, and man, is he special. And he's gotten better. And then Trenton Watford at 6'9". I mean, Isaac Okoro was the best defensive player in college basketball last year, and it was all Isaac could do to just sort of, you know, contain Trenton from not having an overwhelming night. Trenton played fine. He played well. But he is a matchup nightmare, scoring inside and off the bounce. And, you know, he's a pro. He's really good. And then Javonte Smart was a kid that was going to come there as a freshman and be gone after a year. And he stayed 3 years, and he's one of the better guards in our league. And then Days is a 6'8", 250-pound power forward that is better from three than anywhere. And you got to go out there and you got to guard him. So it does. It presents you with a lot of challenges. But you know, one that I hope our guys are excited about the matchup. Like, you got to be excited about the opportunity to try to guard Cam Thomas or try to guard Trenton or Smart or Days.
All right, we'll go follow up from Jordan Hill.
Chris, I want to ask about Cam. When you guys were recruiting him, what stood out to you, and how do you feel like he has grown in the time he's been there at LSU?
He's gotten bigger, stronger. Will's utilizing him the way he needs to be utilized. He's getting him shots, you know, getting him looks, giving him the green light. You know, I think that you know, he's the fourth leading scorer in the country, and I don't know how far he is away from being the first leading scorer in the country. But knowing Will, if Will could still win games and have Cam be the leading scorer, he'll do whatever he can to make Cam be the leading scorer. You know, and he likes that stuff and recruits to it and is proud of it, as he should be. You know, come to LSU, be leading scorer in the league. You know, and he can do it.
Go ahead, Josh Vitale.
Hey, Bruce, you said a while ago that if Justin Powell got cleared, he would need 2 weeks to get back on the court. With there being 2 weeks left, is there any chance he comes back this season, or is he probably done for the year?
Who, Justin?
Yeah.
He's doing better, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I mean, with only a few weeks left in the season, you know, he's still not back yet, but he's doing better. So he's able now to, you know, get all of his work done. He's academically, or a lot of it. You know, I mean, gosh, in the month of January, he was barely able to, you know, do much of his classwork, and he's back there and getting caught up. He's been in the weight room a couple times a week. He's getting shots now, but he hasn't been cleared to come back for practice. So, you know, you could probably do the math, and of course, my job is always to put kids in positions to be successful. You don't ask them to do stuff before they're ready. You hide what they can't do so they don't get exposed. And we wouldn't put Justin out there until he's ready. But I'm not going to make that announcement with 3 weeks left to go because I just don't know.
Are there any more for Coach Pearl? All righty, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.